We gotta go into Brandon Johnson. Now, this whole thing has been about holding people accountable, and largely we've seen women bring themselves to the front of the congregation. But don't let one bad thing or one good thing spoil the whole bunch. You know what I'm saying? Because Brandon, he said, listen, Anton, I know you thought that I was going to be quiet for the next week and that you was going to give Chicago a reprieve, but I'm back. And not only am I back, I'm touting and talking about how great of a job I'm doing over here in the city of Chicago. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Y'all got to see what Mayor Mohawk is talking about.
After 10 months at the helm of City Hall, Mayor Brandon Johnson is defending his record and a full-page ad in the Sunday paper combating criticism of his progressive agenda.
WGN political reporter Taman Bradley caught up with the mayor this afternoon, and he's joining us now with more. Taman?
Good evening. It was only a matter of time. Mayor Johnson and allies who've taken fire for their handling of the migrant crisis, a perceived lack of transparency, and bad messaging are pushing back hard, campaign style.
067.
It's a favorite for politicians, a way to reach a reliable voting constituency, a bingo game for seniors. Today, someone not on the ballot again for another 3 years, Mayor Brandon Johnson stopped by.
Over these first 10 months, I've had the privilege of serving the greatest city in the world.
In brief remarks, Johnson
Hold on. I want y'all to see something really quickly. When you look at this crowd, and I want y'all to see the games that's being played by these politicians. When you look at this crowd, what do you see? Some people are going to say one thing that I'm not going to say on the Millionaire Morning Show because that's more or less something that I will go into on After Hours. Other people are going to say other things that I wouldn't say on the Millionaire Morning Show because that's something that I will reserve for After Hours. But when you go into this and you see this, when you see all of the cotton and the nylon and the cotton stockings, and when you get past all of the colored hair and everything like that, right? What do you see? Where do you see him stopping to advocate and talk and propose? You got it, Antonio Watkins. Older black women. Not only older black women, all women. Where do you go and find women? Two places. Church and the bingo hall. Church and the bingo hall. Now, here's the thing. This is the demographic of people that's actually going to go out and vote. Yes. Listen. When we say, okay, Houston's recent election, and the only reason they had that high of a voter turnout rate, which was less than 8% for their recent runoff for their mayoral election, the only reason that they had that level of visibility as far as people going out and voting is because that mayor had become so bad and corrupt over in Houston that people had to when they felt like they needed to get some visibility. Hold on. Look at me. I'm getting DM'd on my work computer. Give me a second. See, Anton is on top of it now. They're not going to sit here and keep saying, oh, Anton, you're not on top of things. No, Anton is on top of things. Somebody pinging me. They didn't think that I was going to be online. I'm online. Who pinging me? Who pinging me? But anyways, my point is that they know what they're doing. Y'all hear that? That ain't nothing but Microsoft Teams. Shout out to Microsoft Teams. We on top of it. Okay, I got you. I got you, big dog. We own it. Right after this live stream, I'm going to get right to you. Anyways, they know what they're doing. They know who to go talk to. They know who to get in touch with. They know who's going to be the voters. They know who to play on their emotions. They know whose bingo game to go and interrupt. They know who to talk to. They know. And so he takes an opportunity at night to go and kick it with these ladies, Mama Sadies. And guess what he's doing? He's going over there to tout his greatness.
For another 3 years, Mayor Brandon Johnson stopped by.
Over these first 10 months, I've had the privilege of serving the greatest city in the world.
In brief remarks, Johnson ticked
Look
off a list
how
of his
old these women are.
accomplishments.
Look.
The message.
Look at how old these women are. When I look at this picture, I don't smell nothing but Bengay, Crisco oil, and diabetes treatments. Bengay, Crisco oil, and diabetes treatments. Why is everybody trying to call me at the same time? Hey Leslie, I'm on a live stream. What's up, baby?
I forgot. I'm sorry.
What's up, baby? What's up, baby?
Oh, I was just calling to check to say hi.
Oh, you so sweet.
I made a weight.
You made weight?
Yeah, I didn't have to do some this time. I did actually.
Oh, you so sweet. I love you so much.
Love you too.
How's your trip been so far?
Pretty good. Pretty chill.
You been chilling?
Yeah.
You ready to come home?
Yeah, and eat and drive.
You ready to come home and drive? Somebody got their license?
Finally.
You like your allowance? Your bump up in allowance?
Oh, definitely.
You didn't know how much you was getting, did you?
No, I didn't know.
Was you expecting that?
Yeah, I kind of knew, but not really.
What was you about to say? Actually, what?
Kinda. I did kind of know a little bit.
Okay, I'm gonna call you as soon as I get off the live stream, baby.
Okay, love you.
All right, I love you too, honey.
Bye.
Bye-bye. I love my daughter. I love being a father, and I love my daughter. Let me tell you something. She didn't say she made a wig. She said she made weight. She's in a taekwondo competition, and so she has to make sure that she makes weight. She trains very, very hard at a certain weight, and then she got to make sure that she cuts weight in order to make sure that she competes in a certain competition. She didn't make a wig. She made weight, all right? My daughter is an athlete. She's very, 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 very serious about being an athlete. I love being a father. Anyways, let's get into this Brandon Johnson. Let's finish this up really quickly.
In brief remarks, Johnson ticked off a list of his accomplishments. The message mirrored this ad placed in the Chicago Sun-Times this past weekend by an unknown group called Southside Chicagoans. They tout progressive legislative victories under the headline, Mayor Brandon Johnson is the people's mayor.
People are excited about what we've delivered over the last 10 months, as they should be. $250 million into the unhoused, $100 million for violence prevention.
After months of criticism from the right and left, Johnson holding up his progressive victories may seem like a shift in strategy, but the mayor insists he's not changed messaging.
We've been very consistent with our message from the very beginning. When I announced my candidacy over a year ago, I said we were going to eliminate subminimum wage. We did that. I said we're going to pass paid time off. We did that. I said we're going to invest more in youth employment. We've done that. I said we're committed to hiring more detectives. We're doing that.
Whether it's a shift or not, some say Johnson is just not connecting. Radio talk show host and former candidate for alderwoman Kimberly Agowan says African Americans are losing patience with Johnson.
In a community like ours, especially for those of us who've been here our entire lives, we're not satisfied with some of the trends that we're seeing. I mean, right where we stand, we just had someone murdered right across the street at a convenience store. We had the first murders of the year in our ward.
Agowan does point out that Chicago mayors often struggle to communicate with the South and West sides.
There are a lot of people who did put a lot of faith in this administration. There's still time. There's still time. Don't get me wrong. We're only 9 months in. But We want to see something happen for our community so that we can remain in our community.
Another big test and opportunity for Johnson will come on March 19th, when voters will be asked to give City Council the power to alter the real estate transfer tax to generate $100 million annually to combat homelessness.
And what does that mean, ladies and gentlemen? What it basically means is they're going to be giving you more fees and more money is going to be coming out of y'all paychecks. And they're trying to figure out how to raise more money to plug in the holes of the budgets. And just because they walk around at these community organization meetings where it smells like Ben Gay, it does not mean that they're actually doing the thing that's in the best interest of the people. At some point, I would like to see a politician come by, a local politician come by and say, hey, we got to work on figuring out how we can lower your property taxes. Somehow, we got to drive costs out. Listen, if I'm running for something, right? If I'm running for mayor, if I'm running for governor, if I'm running for any local seat as a politician, my number one goal is to cut costs, but not just cut costs, increase efficiency. Increasing efficiency means that we should be able to do more with less, but we should be less reliable on the government for jobs, while also increasing our police presence, because without safety and technology, we need to. All right, let me give y'all my campaign pitch. I'm not running for nothing, all right, because I ain't got time for this nonsense, and they don't make enough money for me, but I'm not running for nothing. This is my campaign pitch. Listen, guys, my policies is going to be centered around driving out crime. In order to drive out crime, got to invest in our police force. We got to make sure that we paying our police force a decent wage, better than anybody that's around us, and that allows for us to recruit better. And we got to equip them with the technology and the resources to do their job efficiently. Because there's nothing better than getting somebody that loves to do their job, serves their community, lives and works here, keeps their money in community, and then also can get home safely. So we want to make sure that we're not just solving for crime, but we want to be proactive with crime. The second thing that we got to do, guys, is we got to invest in education. And the only way that we can invest in education is making sure that we drive out the things that's driving away the dollars that we can put towards education, all right? We're not going to rely on the state lottery, but the way that the money goes into the education system is to make sure that we're paying property taxes. Now, the goal isn't to pay more in property taxes. I want to drive down property taxes, but I want to build more communities. So the more people that we have wanting to move into and then taking up the empty spaces, because the city owning these spaces doesn't generate more revenue, but what it would does, it would allow for us to put more money per pupil into the schools. So we got to become efficient, we got to become safe, and we got to drive out the costs. The costs are things that we are not actually using to benefit us. It's the things that people are taking away from us. It's these social services and these programs. Now, I'm not proposing to get rid of social services completely, but we need to put a limit on the amount of time that people can be on social services, because it's not supposed to be for you to live off of for the rest of your life. It's supposed to be to throw you a lifeline in case anything happens, to help you get back on your feet. If you don't want to live here, if you don't want to be on top of things, then you're going to have to find another community to stand in. But we are going to invest in our people. We are going to invest in the infrastructure. And the more businesses and jobs and tourism that we can get coming into the city, is the more revenue that we can generate to then build all of the infrastructure, add more value into your school systems, and making sure that we safe, which then fosters the environment for things to naturally grow. And we need to lower the amount that we spend in government and heighten the amount that we invest in people. If we are not investing in each other, we will not win. All we doing is kicking the buck forward, and we do not need to leverage ourselves in order to continue to support people that's outside of this community coming into this community. We are not a sanctuary city. We are not aligning ourselves with anybody from a political perspective. We are going to do the thing that's in the best interest of who it is that lives in this city and in this town. And if our kids can't be educated, focused, dedicated, and if we can't put the resources towards the people, then we don't have anything, because the better you are, the better we are. The better you are, the better we are. That's my promise to you. That's my campaign proposal. Listen, whatever side of the ticket that I got to run on, as far as Republican or Democrat, you pick one. But the policies are the most important. The people are the most important. And if we can't protect our own, then who is it? Because we can't expect anybody to come and invest in our city unless we invest in ourselves first. I need y'all to start telling on who it is that's doing a crime in the community, because I'm coming for y'all. And if I find out that you harboring criminals, you going down with them. So either you can turn them in or you can turn over. Get down or lay down. No, let me stop. Get down or lay down. That's my campaign promise to you. Get down or lay down. We not doing no identity politics. The best person for the job is the person that's going to get the job. We need our budgets balanced. We need our police staff full. We're going to get a recruitment service to get the best police possible, and we're going to give them the best benefits, and we're going to take care of business. We need to rethink everything. If we need to get away from pensions and start going more into pouring into people's 401ks, because we can't have these legacy costs, if we need to increase revenue by making sure that we charge for this particular service and this particular service and anybody that comes into it and this and that and so on and so forth, if we need to create tax incentives for companies to come over here and create jobs and guarantee that they're going to be successful, then hey, I'm all ears. I want to listen to the people that's smarter than me, because I'm just here to put you in a position to win. That's my campaign promise to you. I'm here for you. Would I be a good politician? Yeah, I'm here for you, ladies and gentlemen. You ain't about to get me to run for no office. You can forget that. You ain't about to get me to run for no office.